Morning, Burt. Good morning, Ernie. So, what's the scripture for today? Today's scripture is Mark chapter 8, verses 31 through 38, otherwise known as Jesus predicts his death and the way of the cross. Jesus knew when he was going to die? And even knew it would be on the cross? Well, yes, Ernie, but the way of the cross is about the way of living, not dying. What? If you let me read this to you, maybe you'll understand better, Ernie. Okay, Burt, I'm dying to understand this one. Or should I say, I'd love to live and learn, Burt. Then he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things, and be rejected by the elders, the chief priests, and the teachers of the law, and that he must be killed, and after 3 days rise again. He spoke plainly about this, and Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him. So Peter has buked Jesus before. Buked? Yes, Burt. Don't you have to get buked before you can get rebuked? Ernie, can you just let me read this to you? Oh, sorry, Burt. Was a good question, though. When Jesus turned and looked at his disciples, he rebuked Peter. Get behind me, Satan, he said. You do not have in mind the concerns of God, but merely human concerns. So maybe Peter buked Jesus, and then Jesus rebuked Peter. That is not the point of the reading, Ernie. Would you let me finish? Okay, Burt, just don't buke me, or even rebuke me, Burt. Then he called the crowd to him, along with his disciples, and said, Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life for me and for the gospel will save it. I don't get it, Burt. Well, this is an oxymoron. Hey, no need to call me names, Burt. No, Ernie. An oxymoron is a figure of speech which has an apparent contradictions to the terms that appear in conjunction. You know, like jumbo shrimp, or deafening silence, or being in a love-hate relationship. Oh, okay, Burt. What good is it for someone to gain the whole world, yet forfeit their soul? Or what can anyone give in exchange for their soul? If anyone is ashamed of me and my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, the Son of Man will be ashamed of them when he comes in his Father's glory with the holy angels. Okay, Burt, what does this mean? Well, to summarize this, Ernie, I would say that surrender is the new freedom. What? Explain, Burt. Well, Ernie, Jesus said some things to his followers that seemed a little bit crazy on the surface. On one occasion, he told them to lose their life and find what it means to truly live. His point was the harder you try to hold on to, control, and preserve your life, the less you are able to actually live it. Boy, that's a hard concept to understand, Burt. Well, it does take some time to understand it, Ernie, but it takes even longer to actually apply it to your life. Yeah, Burt, in trying to understand this, I can understand why the disciples felt like real oxymorons.